my grandmother used to say, if you don't have something nice to say about someone, don't say it at all. That's not always true, though. It really isn't. If you say it to their face, if you do, it can be constructive. And I'm by no means afraid of constructive criticism, so don't think that this is what this is about. It's not. Um, I actually appreciate criticism if it's genuine and if it's from the heart. Do you know why? Because it might help me fix something about myself, something that I don't see. But if it's just you being nasty, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? If you're having a bad day and I say, well, I'm just going to go on YouTube and leave nasty comments, well, okay. It doesn't affect me either way, but it might affect you depending on your your state of mind. Um, and I don't get many nasty comments, and the critical comments I get are, like I said, they're usually very constructive. So I'm not saying don't do it. I don't mean that. But in general, this is about my last video. Where I was talking about family, and I do talk a lot about family because I think a lot of us are having issues big time with family. Yeah, because they're part of our lives, right? I mean, you grow up with them. Sometimes you live with them, and sometimes they're in your neighborhood or whatever, and you have to deal with them, and that can be a trial. So yeah, I do deal with that a lot. I'm not probably not going to stop if I see that people are somehow helped by me talking about it. But it can destroy your peace if you dwell on it too much. Fortunately, I am in a situation where my family is scattered, spread out. We do have daily contact, which is interesting considering that we are so spread out. My father is the closest relative. He's about 5 miles away, and I saw him today, and I see him probably once a week, which is good considering he's 85 years old, and I want to see him once a week. I look forward to seeing him once a week. And with my father too, it's a situation where he's not aware, he won't be aware, and he's in his world, which is the world that he knows, the world he knew. And it's upsetting to me that this world has betrayed people like that because he grew up in a world where was trained to be an honorable man. He was in military service and all of this. And I think the world betrayed him because he expected the world to tell him the truth, and it just doesn't. And it lies to us all the time. But I don't want to dwell on that because it's what gets me heartbroken. Actually, there's other things behind that too. But I love my father. I'll never stop loving my father. And same with the rest of my family. But that doesn't mean I obsess about them. In fact, most of the time I'm indifferent, almost cruelly indifferent, because they're so unaware of things. And but I pray for them. Absolutely, continue to pray for them. That's what we should do. But we don't let them lure us back, because sometimes that's another reason I don't like going off to my family either, because they think, oh, there he goes again. In that case, they don't say that, but because of the silence, they get really quiet and they start laughing. And and the scary thing is though that they will start to think, well, he needs some help. We got to get him some help. Let's get him some help. Let's get him out into the world. Here, we'll take you to a movie where they're having filthy language and nastiness. We'll get you out. We'll get you to the bar. We'll get you wherever you need to go to get back into this awful world. No, that is one of my greatest blessings. Is that I'm pretty much isolated now, and by choice, but also by design. I live in an apartment, which means you're not completely isolated from the world, but I don't I don't see many people, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful because it gives me time to draw close to the Lord, and be at prayer, and to be at peace. Because the world is just totally unacceptable to me now. I don't fit in. I'll never fit in. I don't belong to this world. Many of you don't either. I know. I hope you don't, because if you do, then there might be something wrong. Because we don't. This world is over for me. It's over for me, and I even talked about it to a friend today. It's kind of hard because I'm not that old. I have dreams. I wanted to thought about marriage and a family, and that got messed up because of my alcoholism, of course. Thank goodness for the woman. I would think that's one blessing. I didn't mess up some poor woman's life by dragging her into that. You know what I mean? But you have regrets, that kind of regret. But to, to really believe that it's going to come to pass in a world like this, no. So I've let go of all that. I have, and I'm just grateful that I have one very good friend who just came in my mind who helps me through a lot of these things. And I don't take that for granted. I don't take anything for granted now. Every moment of life is a gift, even when sometimes it's painful, and sometimes it can get painful with physical ailments and weaknesses and that kind of thing. But that doesn't mean I choose the alternative. I want to stay alive as long as possible, as long as He wants me to be alive. Because don't you agree that this is an adventure? That what we're seeing now unfolding, apocalyptic things, the end of times, the book of Revelation, written so long ago, unfolding right before our eyes. These are amazing times to be in. So, if the Lord permits, I want to hang around. So I pray if He permits, yeah, let me stay and see all this, be part of this, and get through all this. I want to see what's on the other side because I know it's awesome. Anyway, we need to have peace by not being wrapped up in our families too much. I'm really not, and by seeking comfort from those that can comfort us, and being grateful that we're here and living in these amazing times. Amen.